Well, I suppose the saga does begin with that memo that I wrote, and at the most fundamental level, I wrote that memo, let me be clear, because I am a strong supporter of the BBC. The BBC employs talented professionals across all of its factual and non-factual programmes, and most people in this country, certainly myself included, might go as far as to say that they love the BBC. What troubled me was that during my 3 years on the BBC's Standards Committee, we kept seeing incipient problems which I thought were not being tackled properly. And indeed, I thought the problems were getting worse. And what was especially troubling about this was that it was all happening just at the time when the BBC faces this fabulous, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, because in the era of fake news, the BBC really can become the go-to provider of news for the entire world. I think that's something that could happen. I would like it to happen, but it can only happen successfully if the BBC, I think, does a better job addressing these incipient and growing problems of the type that the Standards Committee kept identifying. And that's why I tried to alert the BBC board to what was going on, and indeed thereafter sent the memo on to Ofcom and DCMS. There was no ideology at play here, no party politics.
In her resignation statement, Deborah Turner said that the recent allegations that the BBC News is institutionally biased are wrong. Do you think the BBC is institutionally biased?
No, I don't, and I'm sure someone's going to correct me pretty quickly if I'm wrong, but I just reread the memo yet again outside the door here. I don't think I used that phrase anywhere in the memo, and I do not think it's institutionally biased. Let's be very clear. Tons of stuff the BBC does is world-class, both factual programming and non-factual programming. I was a political correspondent at the Daily Mirror, Sunday Times, other places for 14 years. I think the standard of BBC Westminster is exemplary. And that's why I keep saying these were incipient problems. We were finding the odd problem here, the odd problem there. And the crucial thing was, when I say odd problem here and there, every single thing we spotted, as per my memo, seemed to me to have systemic causes. And the root of my disagreement and slight concern even today is that the BBC was not, and I hope they will change, but will they, treating these as having systemic causes. There's real work that needs to be done at the BBC.
You think?
Chair. Mr. Prescott, you've just said that the BBC is not institutionally biased. What is your bias, if you have one?
Well, it's always a tough job, isn't it, spotting your own biases? I mean, you know, when you read about these centrist dads, I think I'm a centrist dad. That would probably cover it. I mean, actually, you know what? To that question, there are a lot of people. I know you folks haven't gone here so far, but there's been a lot of stuff in some of the papers about Robbie Gibb, and the chair was asking, was one personality more dominant than another? You're asking about my preferences. I am no ideological soulmate of Robbie Gibb, for example. I'm a centrist dad.
I'm a centrist dad too, but